Hi everyone, Open Brain Surgeon here. I know that the last video for the series I did was almost 2 years ago. It might have been 2 years ago actually. I just kind of let this series fester, and I was planning on never starting the series again. I just don't care about WoW anymore at all. But as I started making my Oblivion videos, I started looking through my old videos, and I saw that I had this series started, and I just feel bad that I left it like this without finishing the series. This is more for my personal accomplishment than for any viewers or any subscribers or anyone. I don't have many of those, but this is just more for myself than for anyone. So I'm going to be finishing the top 5 things I hate in WoW. This is number four. Number fourth thing that I hate the most, in no particular order, is expansions. Um, I dislike them greatly. And I know what everyone's thinking. They're thinking, oh, you're one of those persons where you lost your armor when the expansion came out. No, that's not why expansions piss me off. The reason expansions piss me off is because every time Blizzard makes an expansion for World of Warcraft, the game becomes less fun. It becomes more casualified, and I don't like most of the stuff. I don't like what they added to it, and I just feel that the game could have been handled better than it was. Um, for example, this actually pissed me off. My character wasn't even a high level at the time. I started playing the game as soon as the South Park episode Make Love, Not Warcraft came out, where they were making fun of World of Warcraft. That's when a lot of people started playing. I started playing around that time, which was like a couple years ago now. And I never had like a high level 60 character. I never was doing any of those like raids or anything when it came out. Because I was actually addicted to RuneScape at the time. Still, I was actually playing RuneScape. RuneScape is one of the first online multiplayer games that I've ever played. It was either the first or one of the first. I don't think it was exactly the first, but it was definitely one of the first that I've ever played. I never really played that many online games. I played split screen games with my friends, shooting each other and stuff on the PS2, but I never played a real online multiplayer game until RuneScape. And then I saw that episode and I bought World of Warcraft, but I was still playing RuneScape at the time. It was only until Burning Crusade came out that I started really playing the game, and I got to level 70. And then as I was playing through Burning Crusade, I heard from someone, and I looked it up, that they reduced the XP needed to get from level 1 to level 60 by 25%. So all the people that played the classic and Burning Crusade came out, everyone else that came after that were able to level 25% easier, and a lot easier than, because the 25% of XP was reduced, so they were able to level up a lot faster. And that just really ticked me off because they were favoring players that came later to the game. They were casualifying the game to make it easier for players in the long run. Blizzard, because this is Blizzard's policy, and I can understand why this is their policy. Any company would make this their policy because I can't blame them, but it's just not the direction that I want to go with my video games. Their policy is this: we will screw over the game as a whole, the fairness of the game as a whole, to make money. That's what they'll do. It's the same with the music industry. People, it's the same with any type of industry. They won't accept music unless it fits in a specific genre, and then they'll play it on the radio. That a lot of music has been denied from being played on the radio because it doesn't fit a specific genre, and they don't know where to put it, and so they don't think it's going to sell. It's the same thing with World of Warcraft. They want to casualify the game to make it so that it'll appeal to the vast majority of players, so they make more money. So that's why they did the 25% decrease. And as you notice, in the classic game, the dungeon raids where you had like the huge raids with a whole shitload of people, it was, I'm pretty sure, I know that the maximum dungeon they had was 40. I think they had only 25 and 40-man dungeons in the classic. But as you notice, when they went to Burning Crusade, they went all the way down from 40 to 25. They knocked off 15 people from the dungeons, and it's a lot harder to coordinate with more people. When you have a hard dungeon and you're coordinating with more people, it's a lot harder to get through than you have like a smaller group of people in an easier dungeon. Because just by the very nature of the game, you have less people to coordinate with, so there are less that can go wrong. So the game became easier. And right now in Cataclysm, they have 25 and 10-man dungeons, and the 10-mans drop just as good of gear as a 25-man. They drop the exact same gear, just they're a lot easier to get through with 10 people. So you have all these smaller 10-man dungeon groups going around instead of 25-man. They just have casualified the game. They've reduced the money for mounts. They've reduced the money for experience. They've made it so they've made it so you can dual wield talent lines, which I don't really understand that. Like it doesn't make sense to me. The whole point of now, when I say expansions, I mean anything that increases content to the game. I don't like the direction that Blizzard has been going. That's what I consider the top four things I hate in WoW. It's not really so much expansions themselves as it is the future of World of Warcraft and the direction that it's been going in for like the past 2 years. Blizzard added the dual wield talent system where you're able to get two talent builds in one, and it defeats the whole purpose of the talent. You might as well like not have talents. It just diminishes the point of making talents in the first place, because it's not like you design two talent systems and you have to go to town and switch them. You can switch them at any point while you're fighting. So you can be like, oh, I feel like playing a holy person today. And I've heard people's arguments for it. Well, it just makes raiding a lot easier that I can just switch my talents. Well, it's like, yeah, but it defeats the purpose of talents in the first place. Why not just get rid of talents and everyone can do whatever they want and just switch out your armor if you want to do it? Because the whole point of talents is to make a specialized, unique character. You might as well not have talents if you're going to be doing that in the first place. It just defeats the whole point of talents, and it just goes over their head. So yeah, that's the top. The fourth thing I hate in WoW. The direction that Blizzard's been going, casualifying the game, making the game easier, making it so it doesn't require you're able to make like a bunch of level 80s, get them all to 85. And it's just been ruining the game. I think that Classic and Burning Crusade were the most fun expansions, especially Classic. Classic was the most fun. I loved PvPing in the level 60 battlegrounds, even in Burning Crusade, because I liked playing as the Classic level cap, level 60, in Alterac Valley. So yep, that's my top 5 things I hate in WoW.